Hey everybody, welcome back to our last little bit here. We'll go for about like another 40 minutes more before I'm going to try to cut us off as close to 1 o'clock because three of us here, including myself, are back in another hour and we're going to see if we can get the double game in a row to work. This is the first time we're attempting it. Yeah?
6 hours of roll 20, let's go.
Exciting. We'll see if it works and we don't die. And if I can get food quick enough. Anyway, yeah, so you leave the police station. Are you going to head back to the museum right away, or are you going to do anything else? You're a couple blocks away from the museum. You're not too far, but you think it would take you a little bit of time to get back there?
I mean, it kind of depends. If people want to bring up food, I'm fine eating my rations, but, you know.
There are probably some local places. If you want to take like a quick look around, there does seem to be... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I could probably do with the rations unless anyone wants to go somewhere.
Depends. Do I smell anything particularly delicious?
Roll me perception for smelling deliciousness.
Oh, yeah. Let me find my perception.
Alright, yeah, you do smell a couple of things. One thing you do smell, like, kind of sniffing around, trying to like, figure out what's kind of in the area. You do smell what smells like some maybe baked goods being cooked. And you also do smell a little bit of something being grilled.
I would like some baked goods. Would anyone else? They smell delicious.
Sure. Go check it out.
Okay. There seems to be a bakery nearby. You recall from hearing about that from the... Yes.
Yeah.
It's a quaint little place. It's downtown. It's like called Downtown Bakery. Very simple name. Very on the nose.
I'm gonna go wander on in.
Okay. They have some, like, one side seems to be a wall of, like, kind of like breads. It looks like because you're later in the day, most of them have been sold off by now. You know, so there's still a couple of, like, breads and stuff left over. They seem to be packed into some kind of, like, weird, clear wrapping paper of some kind, it looks like, maybe. Except it's also shiny. It reminds you of the stuff on your little cards. With little, like, ribbons on the top of them. They also seem to have displays of all kinds of, like, baked goods. Some of them appear to be little cakes. Squares that seem to be made of something. More of those kind of strange pastries that the officer had, like some of them that are like just circles, others that are like have little holes in the middle. There seems to be others kind of like little little circular cakes with little like kind of bits of like some kind of material on top, maybe like a decoration or a cream on top. Whipped creams were very, like, upscale things, you know, not something that you normally would get. It took a lot of work to make it, so if they're selling it here, those must be very expensive. or maybe they made it easier, you're not sure. You know, this place seems to have, like, this weird mixture of things that you thought would be expensive, but somehow they figured out a way to make it that other people can have it.
Do I see any prices written on anything? Or?
You do see some prices marked out. They seem to be relatively affordable. You know, within a range of some of them seem to be a couple of lira. Like for like some like it's like for there's like a thing of like cookies, you know, and like little crackers and stuff, and they're like say like they're like a lira a piece, or 5 lira for a dozen. Some of the little cakes are like 4 or 5 lira. Others are like the little circular things are the little circular pastries are similar priced to the cookies, maybe a little bit more, like looks like 150 you're not sure how to get half of a lira out of the lira. The piece of paper. You're like, do I tear it in half? I'm not sure. Maybe they tear it in half. You know?
I'm gonna stroll up to whoever is at the counter and ask them, what would you recommend?
Are you looking for something sweet, something savory, or something a little more hearty?
Something sweet.
Ah, alright. We're well known for our donuts. They're pretty good. If you're just looking for like a thing that you can eat a bunch of them and maybe share it with your friends, or if you're looking for something for yourself, we have these little the cake slices which we can pack away for later, or for just a quick snack, we have some cupcakes.
Which one are the cupcakes?
These down here. We have a couple of different flavors. We have red velvet, chocolate, and vanilla right now. We're out of the peanut butter ones, though you can get those earlier in the morning.
I'll take one of each.
All right. Let's see here. Anything else then?
I'm gonna grab a loaf of bread that I've seen, and I'll take this for later.
Yeah. Okay. She'll charge you, let's see here, for the entire thing, 12 lira.
I will hand over what I assume is 12.
Okay. You will probably get change. You can mark off that you spent 12, you got change. Though you would not be... they're probably not making any mistakes, but, you know... But if they happened, you wouldn't have noticed, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anybody else buying anything?
Probably grab some cupcakes as well.
Okay.
Some cookie.
You can probably get, if you want the set of 3, you can probably get it for 7, we'll say.
Yeah.
Do you have any meat-based pastries?
Oh, actually, we do have a couple of them. I think we have some leftovers from the lunch rush. Let me see here. We don't have a lot left, but let's see here. We have a couple of these, these are savory ones. And so you'll get out these little, like pastries that'll have something in it. Yeah, we got this, mastic and chili one. It's got a little bit of meat in there, a little bit of chili. And then we have, this, sweet orange one. It's got a little bit of, it does have a little bit of savory tones to it, too, but it doesn't have any direct meat in it. Sorry. That's what we got. We get a couple of chili ones left.
I will take one of each.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the other orange one, it's got more sweet and savory flavors. It's got kind of like a paste in there that's got a little bit of like a little spices from the south, and you know, so we try to get at a little bit of an interesting flavor there. That'll be 5 for the 2 of them.
And I hand over 5.
Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Downtown Bakery, best bakery in the area. There's only one bakery, the name Downtown in it.
Seems kind of possible to mix it up if there are other bakeries that are downtown that are not named the Downtown Bakery.
I didn't name the place. I just have the slogan.
Very well.
You will, I guess, will you enjoy your, pastries? Cupcakes are wonderful.
I've now become addicted to sugar.
It's got this, like, kind of sweet cream on top that's, like, surprising. And the cakes inside are very good. Like, you probably have had little cakes or something before, but not a lot of them. They're probably, like, special treats. But they, like, make them especially well. And, like, with the little, like, kind of, like, cream on top. Oh, my God. Priscilla, are you enjoying your pastry?
Yeah, well enough. Probably like the meat one better.
The meat one is spicy. You have not really had spicy foods before, probably. You probably know about some spicy stuff. I'm assuming, there's probably some local kind of chili or some spice variety that probably could have had some spice, but you have not known this combination that has had this kind of it's surprising spice. It's good, but it's also surprising. I assume you guys are heading then, now that you've got some snacks, to the museum?
Yes.
Okay. You'll eat kind of along the way, enjoying some of your stuff, saving the bread for later, kind of putting it in your pack. Yeah, it's very good stuff from the bakery. You're very surprised. Very surprising flavors again. Not anything you... It's like there's sometimes things that are very similar to stuff you would know. Like the pastries, or like the pastry dough is dough and stuff like that too. And like the cakes are... It's hard to have a bad cake. It just seems like everything is just done a little better. And yeah, the sugar is just insane. But it's very sweet for the people that are enjoying cupcakes. But
Never had so much energy.
You arrive back at the museum, and the same guy will still be out front. Hey there, folks. I was expecting you back. Museum just closed up a little bit ago. Told to kind of check in out here, keep an eye out for you. Should have been back around now. Good, you're on time.
I nod. Where shall we head?
Just follow me. You can keep your stuff this time. The place is closed down. Don't have to worry about anything. Security knows you're here. You should be fine. Just don't go waving around while you're in the museum.
Very well.
So they'll be led inside and taken by this man now to the back room area. A different area of it, but it seems like there's always this public area where everybody can see all the things, and then like a little back room area where work is done on whatever is being shown to the public. You can almost get the feeling of it. But he'll take you to this kind of small room where you'll wait around for a little while, and after that short while is over, Professor Saren will come in. Oh, great, you're here. Excellent. I sent some people up. They just phoned me back a little while ago. Yeah, they managed to find the site. It looks as though there was some rocks in the way that, there was a small opening. Maybe just with the cave-in, people hadn't checked it out, or maybe it's been opened recently by by an earthquake or something. But regardless, it's the site. There's some remains. There's some artifacts. It looks like it's going to be a big archaeological thing that I'm going to have to get involved with. So, we're fine. I actually have already arranged for everything to be here. She's going to kind of she's holding this box. She's going to put it down and So, how long do you think you're going to need with the artifact here?
Don't know. I say an hour good.
Hour should work. I will leave this with you here. I'm going to come back in a hour. I will leave one of my interns out front, one of the graduate students. I'll just have him wait by the door. Grab a chair or something. If you really need something, or if you end early, just knock. Or, if you go, I'll check back in an hour, okay?
Very well.
Alright, I leave you to it. I hope that if you know about any other archaeological sites related to your family or your cult, or maybe if you can teach us something about how the cult of the Ruby Eye different from other cults, you can inform us. We can keep this relationship going. This is the kind of thing that we could have an entire exhibit in the museum. I haven't had an exhibit ever on my own. I feel like we could with this one. It's Kalimport history. I'm so excited to look into this.
Well, I'm happy we could help.
She quickly goes off then, leaving you with a box that seems to have some hinges on the back, and to yourselves in a small room with more of the strange lights that you've been encountering everywhere on above this room. You know, magic lights of some kind.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna open the box.
Okay. The amulet is inside.
What are we supposed
pick it
to
up.
do with this?
He's just like, pick it up. As you try to touch it, there's like a spark of energy as you kind of like let go of it after a second. As like the energy kind of like almost like you see this like kind of red mist almost kind of rise out of it for a second and then coalesce in a familiar looking imp. Oh! Ah! Ah! Ooh! So great to be out of there. Oh, I don't know why I went for their deal. Oh, hi. Greetings, Versailles, servant of the Ruby Eyes, and servant of our Lord, Asmodeus.
Hello, Zarin.
500 years in an amulet is way too long. If I wasn't so dedicated to the cause, whew!
Okay, question.
Well.
Can we all see him?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's a tiny imp just floating in the air kind of nearby, hovering, kind of above the... This is a meeting room, so it's got like a table in the center surrounded by chairs. It looks very meeting roomy. And he's like straight above the amulet right now.
Are you still tied to the amulet, or are you free of it?
Oh, no. Look, long story short, Falcidius, our good friend, who you made a deal with, came to me about 500 years and was like, yo, I got a plan for you. It's going to be helpful. That entire, time. I think he understood when you guys were going to be popping out of the sphere thing he did to you. And, seems like, he had an eye for the future as, I get a feeling, not really great ways to contact the big guy right now, too much. So, I might be your,
Yes, I was told about some sort of, deities don't interact with the world as much anymore.
I mean, some stuff happened. I get the feeling that it's got worse in the last 500 years, probably. I don't know. Again, I ain't no higher level devil. I'm mid-rank here and everything. I may be an imp, but I got my job. And apparently I'm stuck with you guys. Much to my chagrin. I like you. I like you a lot. But for the amount of stuff I've been put through, it's really taxing our relationship.
Seems like you took the long route compared to us.
Oh, I like that one. What's your name?
Therzee.
Therzee. I like you. He's gonna kind of float over to you, and he's gonna put out a hand, as if to put your hand in his tiny hand.
I'll eye it suspiciously and offer him a finger.
He's gonna kind of reach it. He's gonna kind of grab it, pull your hand tight, and kind of kiss it, and be like, "Zarin, the voice of the Ruby Eyes. I'm not always an imp. I can change my shape."
I'm sure. Flick him off a little.
He's just kind of like eyeing him suspicious. What exactly are you supposed to be doing for us, though?
Ah! You need an eye, and I'm here to help you find said eye. It's hidden in a place that my abilities would help to get. But again, I'm mostly a tiny little imp. And also, one of the unique tricks of that eye is that I'm sure my good friend Felcidius didn't tell you. We can't touch it. That thing has a curse on it. A curse that affects us, not your kind. Why do you think that we didn't do what we were trying to do on our own? We would have tried it if we could.
There.
So, do you even know what the real plan was? Did they even tell you?
They didn't tell us the whole scope, no. All we know, I assume it had something to do with summoning an avatar of Asmodeus, but I can't be certain.
That's like 50% of it. Did, they ever talk to you about a girl?
No.
Ooh, that's a bad thing. So, we gotta find a girl. Not just any girl. I'm assuming we're gonna find someone the same bloodline as the one the cult had from before, who wasn't called in yet. Let me put it this way. Asmodeus is good and all that he can be summoned as an avatar to this world, but he needs a more proper vessel. So the plan was to have someone that shares a distant blood of him, i.e. this nice girl that we found, who was willing to help us out. How about I put it this way? Have, cardinal relations with our good lord and master, and the child would be a more appropriate vessel for him to inhabit on this earthly plane. Or at least portion of it.
I see.
So, we need an eye, we need an avatar that somehow we have to summon in a world where you can't really talk to deities. That's going to be tough. And we need a girl, who I don't know if is willing anymore. But we got to make her willing. That's going to be up to you guys.
I really left a lot of information out, huh?
Well, I guess you guys were on the low end of the totem pole in the old cult, and now I guess you are the cult, so congratulations on your promotion. I'm guessing, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, well, for sale, you're the religious type. You're a high priest, you're, spy master, and you're, in charge of, I don't know, rules? You got the book down or something? What's your name? Number 3? Mishka. Yeah, you were a courier. I know that much is about you. So you probably got the rules down memorized pretty well. So you're in charge of enforcement. Ooh, enforcer. Spy master, enforcer, high priest. There we go. Congratulations on your promotions.
When do we start getting paid?
I mean, once the avatar of our Lord and Savior has been initially been birthed and created onto this world, and therefore brought back an evil, I actually don't know what to do in this world nowadays. Are we bringing back like an empire, the evil? How does this even work nowadays? It's 500 years, and this place looks weird?
Wait till you see
How
outside.
much do you know about this time period?
Let's see here. I know a little bit. I know some things that had been created back then in days. It's amazing how, like, things progressed at a kind of solid pace over the last, couple thousand years. There was something... I know what these things are. These things look a little different than the ones I knew. But they're, I believe they call electric lights. Your kind found a way to, like, burn some stuff and do some things with a machine, and therefore it could, transfer a burning to light somehow that didn't involve fire. They didn't look so fancy as these now. These look real fancy.
How... That is a question as well. How conspicuous would an imp be walking around with us?
Oh. As he says, not at all, as he just turns invisible.
That works.
Yep, I can just do this as he becomes visible again. It's just one of those unique properties of my kind. We are meant to be the proverbial shoulder devil, as he chuckles to himself a little bit.
Well, sorry, Mishka, you had a question, right? It was Mishka, right? That had the question. Or was it Therzee? I don't remember.
I don't know. I think the last question I asked was just like, how are we supposed to do this?
Yeah.
Or-
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I see. A unique thing that was kind of granted to me, a kind of enchantment that they gave me, is that I can kind of get a little sense of where that eye is. I can also probably give you some sense about how to contact some of the more powerful friends of ours, which is not going to be too easy, but I think we can. And after that, well, you guys got to found a cult. I can give you some advice on that one. Probably find some funding for said cult. They still using that newfangled paper currency? Because they were still using some gold coins back in my day, and some of them have been transferred to this papers.
Yes, we have some of that paper.
Yeah.
They still use gold at all?
Lira?
Lira.
Doesn't
I don't
seem
think they do.
like it. They seem to be able to exchange it, but not
Weird.
pay with it.
Weird. I knew them, both of them. Man, progress in 527 years? That sounds about right. 527. I think that's how long I've been in an amulet. Ooh. It's boring. Boring in an amulet.
What did you do all that time in there?
I observed weird people coming in. I could sort of see out of the amulet. I also could talk to children and harass them. You don't know how many children I got to think that that amulet was either magical or cursed, or that they were now possessed by some kind of monster.
I suppose they weren't wrong with it being cursed. We do have you now.
I like you too.
I'm going to, So does this, amulet, is it just the amulet? Is it an amulet with a string, or is it an amulet with a chain?
It's got like a chain on it. It used to be more magical, but there was some kind of like enchantment breaker cast on it or something, and then they just used it with a little hidden mark to stuck me in it. Most folks wouldn't have noticed the remainder magic, and it was hidden. As he kind of like, he's going to point to the back of the amulet. There's a little marking that seems to be now gone now that you can't see, but it was there. That was holding me in there.
Well, I'm going to take a single link from the amulet, a single chain link.
You probably have to disassemble it a little bit to do that. You know, because it's like linked chains, actually.
Yeah, I mean, if it's old, this should be easier to bend, but it kind of depends.
Do you have any kind of like tool making skills at this, or are we just gonna have you do like a dexterity check?
I mean,
Tool
technically,
proficiencies.
yeah, well, as far as tool, I don't have any tool proficiencies, but I do have cunning artisan.
What does your cutting artisan do for you?
It allows me to gather parts from beasts and construct weapons and shields out of them.
That's probably not helpful in this case. Please roll me a dexterity check.
Okay. Do we have inspiration of any sort?
Not right now.
Got it. Okay.
Inspiration's that one thing I forget exists.
Yeah.
I should remember it more. And actually use it. Oh!
Oh, not bad.
Hey! Yeah, no. Yeah, you can kind of secretly get a link out and then put the rest back together so it looks like you really didn't take anything. So you can have a single link. It's a little bent, but you can kind of push it back into shape.
That's fine, because technically if I'm for whatever reason without my shield, which is the emblem, there's also, you can get a reliquary, which is basically a piece of a sacred relic to use as a casting focus.
Yeah, there you go. You have a tiny chain link that you could like be like, I don't have my shield. Tiny chain link. It's like just like it's like fingertip. It's like fingernail size, so it's like really tiny. So just like
Yeah.
aha, fingers spell. Was there anything else?
Generally,
you
it
need to know
says you
about?
put it in a box or something. So I'll probably do the makings of that later, but
Yeah. So was there
probably have to do some prep on it. But
So is there any other questions you need answered right now that I could help you with? Are we going to get out of this musty old museum and find some place to start a cult? Because maybe we should start with the entire, cult and funding thing first. I don't know. It's up to you, though. We could do that or look for a giant eye or lady. The lady part is kind of hard. I got the name of the person that we had, but finding out whose our ancestors are and which one might be willing to schnog a avatar of a powerful dark deity, a little hard to do.
well, I think that perhaps we should at least find out where the orb is. Then we
Gotcha.
can maybe set up a cult near there. Then we can focus on getting.
The good news is I do sense the things in the city. At least it's come back to the city recently.
Well, then maybe we could start on the cult.
Yeah. So it's somewhere in this city, so we don't have to travel far. Yet. Because that lady and her family, I don't even know if she's in Kalimport anymore, or if she moved somewhere. We'll find out! Exciting! You pies are probably gonna die! I'm gonna watch!
Well, that seems like a great help.
I am an imp. Maybe I perhaps have
Well.
some more special spell casting and some special abilities granted to us by our Dark Lord, but not enough that I'm going to be going into battle with, like, teeth, claws, swords, and firepower.
That's fine. I think we can handle our own.
Excellent. Less work for me. Let's find a place to stay. I would like to relax and probably enjoy some local delicacies and at least, find an actual place that's nice and comfy because I've been living in an amulet for 500 years. And let me tell you, I have a neck cramp that cannot go away.
I pull out the orange pastry, which I didn't finish, and hand it to him.
Ooh. I will enjoy this very much. As then he goes invisible with said pastry.
Just leaving a trail of crumbs behind him.
Just like clumps will float down and become visible. It's out of nowhere. Anyway,
Perhaps we should find a new place for the night.
yes. Why don't we leave it here though, as now you can finish up at the museum with a new ally.
Yay!
Hurrah!
Awesome.
And I will give you level
Right.
2.
Ew.
Yay!
Mhm. You got some
I don't know how
experience.
that works.
We'll have to talk about
I know,
it.
maybe.
It's very easy. But anyway, but I will have to talk
You got
about
it,
it. I will have to talk about it with you during the week because you do have access to modern classes.
Oh boy.
Yes, you can keep with your normal classes, or if you wanted to, you could switch gears now to one of the modern classes, which are based upon the 6 ability scores, basically. So they're like ability score focuses, you could almost call them. But anyway, for now, we are going to head off, just because, want that transition time very good. If you're looking for more stuff, theoretically, we'll be back next week. I haven't heard anything about any changes. We'll let you know if there's any kind of changes to the schedule, but Legacies of, or Records of Evil, oh my god, my games are beginning to all float together in my brain as one. Anyway, Records of Evil should be back at, again, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, 10 a.m. Eastern, oh my god. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. Why don't we have these people give some shout-outs to who they are. Let's do the reverse order of how I went through them to begin with, so starting with Worm.
Yes, I am Diamond Worm. You can find me on twitch.tv/diamondworm. And I am streaming the Reignited Trilogy, Spyro the Reignited Trilogy on Thursdays. So that's going to be something I'm going to be doing consistently.
Cool.
And I'm going to be here consistently.
Yep. Jinxx.
I'm at Jinxx Jams on Twitch and Twitter. I stream on weekends now, kind of officially have a schedule. Art and random games.
Cool. And Jess.
Hi, I am Bubblegum Viking. Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And my hard drive broke. Please help me. During September.
Yes. There you go. Yep. As for myself, yes, Dracovin. I stream mostly daily. Like yesterday, I did some Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Tomorrow, I'm planning on getting back to playing some more classic games with Parasite Eve. I'm trying to play through that. So those are the two main games I've been doing. So if you want to see those, that's like Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, sometimes Sundays. For role-playing, I'm going to be back in an hour with Worm and Jess for Legacies of Kain, so Vampire the Masquerade. So if you've been around for that, you can be back in an hour to join that. If you want more D&D, there's also Mads Lands at 9 p.m., that's evening, on Thursdays for D&D then. And, September, extra support, sub, would love it. Definitely help out a lot. The more I can get the more I can like feel like I should get more content, the greater. I'm trying to get a lot of stuff out there, but definitely helps out in the end. Everything will go up on YouTube eventually though too. So, and the rest of the links are down below. So, everyone have a great rest of the week. If you're not able to join up, if you're able to stop by again, see you in an hour. Otherwise, see you another day, and have a great rest of them. Bye, everyone.